We are ready to get right back into the action. The crowd has had me so pumped here, Zobi. It is an immense, electrifying watch here from home, so I can't imagine what it's been like there in the studio. We heard Starbound talking about what it was like to play against this crowd. Now, both teams kind of going to get boosted by the crowd, but MIBR seems to have a lot of that backing.
Yeah, I mean, a map that's been floated but not played in so long, and AKV come out with this confident Clove and Yoru. Let's see. Little heavy mid stack coming out. Fortunately, though, it is an A side pop and lean.
All right, SRN gonna be in. Nice space taken here. It seems like they're trying to make AKV feel a little uncomfortable in their own house. A site's gonna be a retake. Completely thought of by AKV here in the beginning. They say, let's use the util and try to get right back in. It doesn't look like they're gonna waste much time. Melissa gets the first shot on Dono as Sayuri comes in too, but these trades are there, Zobi, and it looks like they've sort of evened this out.
Right-click RNG connects, and Lisa asked to deliver on this Hell Anchor. Unfortunately, it does not connect, and a little pot shot around a generator, and that will be an MIBR pistol going their way. And, whew, I mean, it's a great way to get things started. We've seen already in the first series from MIBR how they can snowball super, super fast here. So, looking forward to how this AKV buy gets converted. MIBR carries their weapons forward on the bonus, but time being, taking a look back there. Just calm, cool, collected.
They got very aggressive versus Wadada on this map earlier, forcing a lot of fast-paced rounds, and it kind of made their opponent want to try and be that fast. So hopefully AKV can keep their own game plan in order. A little bit of a low buy here is going to be a bit slower as they stack up towards A. Soft site chosen by MIBR, so they'll kind of get a free entry in here to B, and they've bought up. They're just looking to get the AK clears or the Vandal clears in here and get themselves into site safely. SRN always on that front line of it.
Bastardi almost got a freebie, and she is still searching for that advantage. A double swing, though, out of spawn from AKV, and she decides it's better just to play with the team, but there's a silent threat still lurking. Ivy now taking over Tasty's Sentinel. Tucked away backside, and Flow smoke to play around for the site, but the shot's perfect for flushing out and securing this for MIBR.
Great little cloud burst into sight to disrupt, distract, and follow up with a kill. And yeah, the spike planted should just be the rest of the AKV trying to get themselves close and see if the exits can be of any benefit here. And MIBR is going to look for a second round. They do have to get these Vandals out of here, though. That can get sticky for a moment.
I want to keep all of these weapons, right? Double Guardian, double Vandal. That was a statement buy in itself, and now they're finishing executing a statement round. The crowd already cheering, knowing this round's unwinnable, and this is something else when they have such decisive victories. You really want to prevent players like Mel from getting these ult orbs. Already on the fast track to the ult. You can see Tuda now just trying to maybe play for an exit, play to die to spike here. And I mean, getting that kill dropped one Guardian, so not the worst, I'd say, attempt there out of AKV, but this next round is going to be the big determining factor about how this series probably is going to go, Rivington.
All right, what's the buy? Where do they go? How quick do they play? I feel like MIBR has had this, like, the essence of smothering their opponents lately. They don't, even if you try a really cool strat out of a timeout, they're like, we feel like we already have the answer to it, and then they smother you. Here, it's going to be tough. They have the Sheriff. They actually get a Guardian on Sayuri, so they will actually buff up that weapon one more time with a bit of a purchase, and they are going against the full buy of AKV. Like you said, this really could dictate the rest of the game. The pace is still going to be the same, though, for MIBR as they head straight into B. Ventura says, not this time. They shut the door right away on 3 members of MIBR.
Oh, and lied. I think might have gotten a lineup kill outside of Catwalk. Again, we've seen MIBR kind of have these staggered start with Bastard lurking, and they have pushed that agenda even through into spawn, so there's no plan B. There's no rebound option for MIBR, and they're trying to keep the remaining players contained here in B. The crunch coming into Sayori. There was no escape. AKV, a flawless bonus denial there up against MIBR.
All right, so they do put their name on the board. It's exactly the kind of momentum they needed to come back with. Don't let it just didn't get through with that Sheriff. It could be demoralizing enough if you see that MIBR was able to pick up a few kills, but yeah, they don't have to worry about it. A nice timing on that peak because everybody was almost util out on Cat here. So that feels good and is a confidence builder for the bonus round. 5 there for Lied, stacking it up. Dimensional Drift in 1 to combat with all those orbs being stacked up on the side of MIBR.
Yeah, 1 off from the null command here. Might be the plan. Fight for a main control off this Omen TP, off of this flashpoint. Use that to get into the site, but I like Lied and Dano setting up this perfect trap, and Dano, as a result, finds 2 out of it. Little collide action. I like that they back out immediately. They got what they came for. They got the advantage. They don't want this to be a 2v3, so you set up a high-low with Tudor, who's rotated over. And just like that, we should have a tied game 2-2, unless Bastard puts up those clutch plays we saw in the first series of the day. But oh, she gets the road recovery. I gotta talk about Dano. On the KO on, I think it was Bind, they went crazy in the assist department. At one point, they had 20 plus. So here, no surprise. And speaking of surprises, whew, a little close for comfort, but of course, it's Dano to close it, yeah.
Dano coming up very big in those. Playing it strong, clean, and like you said, backing up for that high-low is so fluid. Just instinctual to play their lives, play it smart. Numbers up. As I was just mentioning before, it felt like teams were almost pressured today to play to that MIBR pace and feel like they had to catch up, but no. Just setting the traps and making it work for the side of AKV here. Operator coming out already. Going to be fighting a Marshall somewhere on the map if we see it. But that's a big buy here with Dimensional Drift up. Could it lead to more?
Yeah, it caught Wadded off guard at times, right? The Light operator. And I will say at MIBR, they know how to navigate an operator, evidence being the Wadded starbound. We'll see what Light is able to do here. Working with the full buy because of how successful the round conversions have been. Oh, the timing! What is that reclear Riv?
That ping on the turret, they're like, okay, it's just a turret, let's double swing it. I think it was great that they identified that turret positioning so they could look for somebody else. And yeah, that was, like you said, Sayuri was thinking the same thing. What is this reclear? I thought I had time to flash. But no, MIBR wants to push.
And that's the null command out of the picture. Would have been a great tool to get onto the site, take down the Cypher util, maybe give you a thrifty chance, but another player that can give you a thrifty chance. SRN with the Marshall. Kind of forcing Tasty off the angle for the time being, but it's really Lied is the one we're looking towards with this operator once again.
Always has an escape from this position, so not worried that they're pinned in the back of the site here. Tura says anchor, question mark, still at A. Gonna hold that down. Mid. And Dano has mid, so they have they are covering the entirety of the map. We just see MIBR trying to skirt about, take different avenues that they think might be open. But at this point, if you think something's going to be open, it's probably covered by AKV.
Yeah, even mid, right? Previously open because they had that deep Cypher trip. Now Light is suddenly there to cap off the round. And Bastard's still aiming. Winner and loss on these rounds. Has a good go at it, but ultimately I think the idea there was if Lisa said, okay, A is deserted, or she got a kill there, they were going to rotate back through mid. And the fact that they kind of got the spike down into tiles again, but that there wasn't that kind of fallback option times 2 in this round, right? That kill from Dano was everything. And unfortunately, that Bastard didn't have enough time to get anything more done, as immediately the lead is flipped back on its head by AKV.
You know, the hype from Tura, watching them on camera has been so fun. They're dancing while they were defusing on Bind, dancing back and forth, brushing the shoulders off. Definitely keeps the vibes up on the team as we have a big hit here from MIBR on A as we're back into the action.
Yeah, but it's an immediate 5v5.
A little bit of an escape for retake. Yeah.
Right? Because that Dimensional Drift cleared all of B side, you know there's an alert player. You can go full focus mode. And this is where I need to see Tasty. I need to see some of these ults come in, and you might just have to use it to deny the lockdown, actually.
Yeah.
Are they? They're gonna respect it?
Yeah, they said maybe that's early enough. You still get, what, 15-ish, 20 seconds going back in here, maybe less. They're going to get 1 kill to start it off on SRN. Not the biggest of the ones they need, but it is a move in the right direction as they keep going. You need to get the rest of that util out from the initiators. Can you find the KO? They do. Tura finds Sayuri right in the corner, and now they're going to be able to get into the site, but it's still creeping for more members.
Wow, I mean, the simultaneous partitioning here. And while Melissa, yes, is able to find a kill off of the Hunter's Fury, it's still not enough.
Oh.
Not that yet comes back online, but there was no time to find your second win regardless. And everybody, as a result, is going to die to the spikes. So maybe a major tipping round because of all the ults that were invested by AKV to no avail.
Yeah.
Maybe a good turnaround opportunity for MIBR, but I think because they respected the lockdown, if they didn't respect the lockdown and like either Hunter's Fury did or fought for it, I think they would have had enough time. Like, they were steamrolling those fights. It felt so fluid from, again, the corner clear to the main clear simultaneously, while we saw Ivy clearing out hell, like clean from start to finish, and they're celebrating this, and then Tasty's like, oh, wait, we lost. Wow.
Oh, I feel like props to SRN too. Right after that, the lockdown went down, they were there at Tree to stop him a little bit more, saying, oh yeah, one more fight before you get in. So a lot of little pieces getting together there, and I also thought the defuse was coming through, but we're already ready for another plant on B somehow as MIBR is moving 100 miles an hour. It's a 3v3 though, and only one Phantom on the side of MIBR to hero through the round.
They get to Bastard, clutch player of them all. So we get to see again AKV's ability to just clear every corner, every space, every nook and cranny from MIBR.
Last player standing.
Didn't get the chance to.
Wow.
I mean, again, we talked about how seamless this process is. They're not making any mistakes at the moment. And that kind of goes back to what the desks talked about, is that if you even lose a single map and still win the series, the calculations get so complicated in terms of round differential. If you want to go through, winning 2-0 is your easiest fashion to get that best of 5 attempt for Seoul tomorrow.
Just clean comms. And this isn't, you can hear. It's hardly anything. They know what they're doing as a team. They don't have to overcome. It's not muddy. They're focused on kills. Really smooth stuff from AKV there as they were moving into the site. Operators back in action. Again for Lied. Looking for possibly an updraft there after hearing Blade Storm.
And we've seen some silliness with the rolls, right? Suda caught out. We've seen Ivy have issues anchoring, but yeah, that coordination has transferred from map to map no matter what, and looking for MIBR to get a little antsy to try and challenge. They like these mid crunches, and SRN, that updraft already exhausted, says they cannot get the job done. It's just first time we're gonna see like the default finally like transcend into a still a 5-on-5. I feel like a take. Again, we've mentioned it's been when they've been down and out of these rounds, so I'm curious to see what's gonna happen, because once again, Light is repositioning in the right place at the right time.
One of the longest rounds for sure. Each one of these seems like we've just been in the site once the walls drop. Now they're going to go right down to that 40-second mark as they head through Tree. Operator trying to peek through first, and that's going to be torn down by the Blades. MIBR is starting to make quick work of this round, and another one from Melissa gets 3 on the board for them.
Just 30 to tie things up 4-4 would be huge. And Tasty still alive. Try and make it go at things. Now down to a 2v4, but every weapon has been collected and turned against them. Now, and talking about high lows and multi-kills, it's a firing squad there. You've handed over SR and Operator, and Tasty just
proud already.
Yeah, go their call for the save. I mean, that is a huge round to win in that fashion.
Wow. He said, heard earlier, Starbound said you can feel it. You can feel
Even Power was
that
messaging
energy.
that.
Yeah.
They all know. I did see some AKV fans. I saw an AKV flag in the chat or in the audience during the WaterDog game. So
Hold them
I feel
up.
like they may have some more fans in the audience than maybe the NA team did. But all in all, yep, there it is. Just it's so easy to, again, that's why they can snowball. That's why they can come back from these difficult situations. And SRN, instrumental in this round. The Bastard Lurk, instrumental in this round. And just the team fight starting to click a little bit more.
4-4 here. Dano thinking, what are they going to go with? If they hold off to a Guardian on this one, or just hold off in general, as we'd have another lowish buy coming from AKV. And MIBR now.
That's a
working that
attempt.
operator. Yeah.
Ooh, this I do like, though. I don't think they expect a second one to be on the deep line. Especially with Ivy jiggling like this for info.
Here.
They've set this up for success. Now Tasty just has to follow through. But Sayori, too clean, sees right through it. Ivy now, little kill trip action tucked away in logs. We'll see It's like we're like lining up a checklist and they're knocking all these options out, and this drone is going to spoil the entire strat as well. Oh.
Words out of my mouth. I was like, they're just checking everything off.
Yeah.
That's a corner look. That's a corner look. Oh, we can nade that? Okay, throw it in logs. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is just one after the other here, and now the two members on this low buy round left, Tura and Dano, find their way over towards market or somewhere they can get in spike range and see if they can do a little bit of damage here. This has been a great game, a great start by AKV here.
Really.
Once they can get back in order, if they can get some more of these alt orbs online for Lied, and then Tasty, you know, I know they feel like they're probably coming in here as the underdog though, but they are performing really well on a map we have not seen them on in a very long time.
Ooh. And I did like them trying to go for this, right? A little quick ruse, maybe to get in the stairs, trying to kill with that Bucky, close proximity, but not having any of it. Siri takes a confident dive, keeps him out of CT, and the spray through the smoke to finish things off. All right, MIBR again stabilized after breaking the bank with that thrifty for AKV. You see, like I mentioned, both teams, like, it's, again, I feel like today has been like, okay, first series, Wadada wasn't playing at their best. I think AKV versus Wadada heated up to their final form, and that's where things started to slip. And here, it just feels like both may be firing on all cylinders at the moment. We've talked about they're not making any mistakes, clearing every nook and cranny. Again, the retakes have been streamlined from AKV. Just looking for them to try and really figure out how to navigate the SRN operator first and foremost, right? They handed it over to them, and now they're having a hard time dealing with it and overpeaking it.
Ooh, they're going for B again, so a little bit of conditioning as well as these fights that MIBR is taking here. And they may make AKV think a little bit differently about having this alt orb aggression. Maybe they can't do anything about it if they keep fighting like that, honestly. It's just lockdowns there, and MIBR gets what they want for B main, and they should be able to take sight here with the smokes coming through.
Okay. Little Odin action for the first time of Lied. Relinquishing the operator to pick up this weapon.
Yeah.
And it's just not quite connecting. Tasty, on the other hand, is gonna find Sayori. That's huge. Not gonna have any no command as a backdoor option, but still to deal with the flashes, connecting SRN, swinging off contact, relinquishing the operator, pick up the Vandal to get aggressive here. And you still have to worry about Bastard and this reflank mid from Lisa. Everything connecting, but Dono still finds two somehow. In the blink of an eye, they're always identifying and capitalizing off of these gaps.
I thought Lisa was going to be the kingpin there, coming through with the kills from mid. It was the Cypher that went down first. That trap disappeared immediately, and it's like, oh, that's free hit. But wow, the quickness to push sight there by AKV, and then had the wherewithal to know that that push mid's still going to be coming through after a kill. But like you said, both teams firing on all cylinders. We're hearing it on the retakes. We're seeing it on the calls and the strats.
Yeah.
Yeah, vibes.
You're seeing the vibes. Yeah, absolutely. And even Dimensional Drift there just guided each and every one of those decisions, and reactivity from Tora just to close things out. MIBR, they're getting on the B side. It's these post plans they have to worry about, and boy, oh boy, were they good in that water game on these retakes on the side of AKV. So we'll see if that develops here to get to that 6th round, that safety net. Because still 5-5. Light has the operator back, finally reclaiming it. And they've sat on this no command for a while. Let's see if the ripcord allows a bit deeper control they need.
Yeah, they're starting to get a surplus of ultimates. They got to start using them. So here they go. That's actually going to be straight across the mid, not towards Boathouse, as they fight quite a bit here for the early lobby of B. Now they try to get into sight. Lied with that operator once again, going back and forth, reaching deep into the pockets for these purchases, but keeping Agave with those kills on the board here. 3v3 still on this one. Ooh, the TP from Lisa gets in time. And that shadow step means a kill onto Ivy here as they set themselves up for this 2v3 retake.
All right. Operator's been stellar on the retakes, and you usually don't say that, but now they've relinquished it, finding a kill onto Lisa. You still have to worry about this player tucked away in main who has inadvertently given away the position by that recon bolt. So with Bastard falling, things are getting dicey. Melissa's gonna have to scale up really fast here. The ruse is up. They can hear you running downstairs, and just like that, the bodyguarding is good. Lie with 4 kills on the round, and yep, they're on their feet. They're celebrating because they have guaranteed at minimum a 6-6 half on Ascent.
That was a Vandal at the end? I wonder if the op was picked up, if they were reviving. It looked like they kind of just stood still for a second. Yeah, we'll see. That TP there to keep the kills coming, but it just seems like they go 1-1 on lane and stairs, and they're just so synergized to take that site. The second time we've seen that, and once in the site, you can't uproot them. We'll see where the weapons go here. Yeah, Live's gonna drop that op, stick with the Vandal after the 4K comes through.
Little updraft,
and it's right back in this B main. You like that, yeah.
Shows they've done their homework. I think it was Lisa earlier that said they don't really read into their enemies that much, right? They play their own game. And honestly, you look like they had the perfect anti to counter, right? Against Waterdaw, that's not the same here against AKV. And Lied specifically. Now, Tasty. Maybe a little bit misread off the fake, the lurk outside of A. Because they've now accelerated on the B side, but don't worry, they have Ivy to ping pong off of.
They've moved so quick. The spike was also over at A for maybe a fake, but the orb grab was there as they decided to take B. So now I think they wait out the round and they make AKV second guess everything, right? You can see a little bit of movement. Opens up a position, maybe an avenue for them to get the spike in, but still, this becomes a risky one. Yeah.
I like this, though. SRN fighting forward. They've had issues holding on to the site, so that's your best course of action to fight back into CT, isolate the fights, but the trades are gorgeous towards AKV.
Wow.
There we go. Every time.
Wow. I said MIBR was smothering earlier. Now we have AKV smothering on their opponent. 7-5 on that first half.
Yeah, and I had a stat down from the Waterdaw Sunset that just like screamed through for me particularly. And it was that they had 7 out of 12 retakes successfully. And while this is a different map, it clearly has transferred. Even if they haven't had reps on this map, at least in officials. There's a reason why Ascent is a bread and butter of Valorant. They're finally getting rid of it, you know, in the new map pool. Won't be there for GCC, but look at that. They're listening to the few fans in the audience, right, that were repping the flag.
Yeah.
I think it was, they mentioned, like, I think it was Lisa saying, okay, their crowd's silent when we lose, they're cheering when we win. And here, yeah, AKV says, the crowd's sleeping because we are winning. And this halftime, we're going to have a serious conversation with your coach to figure out how to bounce back.
Oh, Recon! All day. Recon.
Oh, I'm Primordium. Primordium! What? Okay, I have the Vandal, so I feel like I have to go with the Phantom. It's like when that weapon is down on the ground and you're picking it up every time over other weapons, that's when you know it's time to buy the skin. And that was Primordium.
Recon is used by a lot of tier 1
every
players.
pro,
All right,
yeah.
that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Alright.
Have we seen some? We'll see if we got recons coming up in this game. Both teams playing so well here as we get the crowd voting through our halftime as the teams chatted up, try to figure out what they can do as we switch sides. A 7-5. It did prevail for the defensive side here. We've been seeing the map switch around lately to get that attack side just absolutely obliterating, but AKV holds true, and we'll have to see what they can do for their attack side. This should be interesting.
I will also say, right, both teams in Waterdaw and in AKV had to play back-to-back best-of-3s, right? Waterdaw in the prior, and AKV now. And that keeps you warm, right? Because the MIBR are the only team that had to take that map off, right? Yeah, you got to watch the AKV games, but this could also be okay. They're not as warmed up, they're not as loose, and that might be them just getting back into that mechanical peak form that we saw dominating the NA squad. So again, this could be a completely different half off of that alone. Coming into things as well. I mean, I'm looking at that Clove pick and I'm like, this will be really nice maybe to aggress. I mean, unless you look at, okay, no paranoia, that could be difficult, so the flashes are gonna have to be on point, but this is Dono we're talking about. An assist and trade machine that is carried over from series to series. And
already at 9, yeah. Higher than
like,
so far.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, we've been missing their kills. Like, that's how quick the trades are. And the 7-5 half MIBR, quick way to get back in would be that pistol win. They got the first one, but AKV only dropped 1 in their previous series, so see how it goes.
Not even really a high-low, just kind of stacking up towards that bottom M1. He's still going to take the fight. Dono, the classic from Dono is it's been crazy. as they go towards A. It's still going to be an MIBR push as they kind of put their forces as one on Cat to see if they can recuperate a little bit of damage here with this Sheriff.
All right. Silent scale
Still
up.
got some Yuto.
Yeah, you want to gate crash past all of this Killjoy Yuto and hope Live can open up the site. That's the ideal. You can see, other than the off angle, this little high-low, they were kind of respecting that. They wouldn't have any way to counter the Yoru from these positions. I'm curious to see if they'll waltz right into the crosshair. I think they pulled a fast one.
No
What? Is just what is this? A little, are they gonna flash out of the smoke? What?
Well, yeah, a little walk-in smoke. They can at least peel to one side and create a helpful advantage towards, yes, where they had their Yoru go. So that's a pretty neat way to kind of divide the site and get yourself covered from that smoke on the entry. Sheriff's not going to connect for SRN. And now they're going to be forced into the retake. Well thought out. Sard is going to try and start him off, but there is just too many bullets flying from AKV right now. And Dono and Tasty will stay alive to capture that pistol round.
I can't tell which Tasty kill should not have happened. The one where they're literally knife out, jumping around, and then pull the ghost back out, or the one where they find a second after that fact with 4 HP. But again, like you mentioned, creative smoke sets things up, and then right after they get into the site, you notice how they kind of avoided giving SRN and the MIB players any fights until absolutely necessary?
Yes.
I mean, that was super impressive and shows the respect that they have and understanding of how to win this round. Did Toot have a knife out? Are they going for the knife onto Bassard?
Fade away.
Well, hey, pistol round 1, the buy-up's good. No double vandal like MIBR, but these Bulldogs sure can bite. They are trying to into this mid-crunch towards B.
Wow. Yeah, that is fast. They go straight in here. Uh-oh, Bassard's going to be stuck. They try to get in the site just to help, so they can swarm as well. So they lose one on the entry. And okay, Live's going a little ham there, going inside. Daniel's going to go, you know what? I can too. Just W button, the only one that's on the keyboard right now. And AKV are going to make use of it. There's another one. That's Tura one more time. And 9-5 here. Can they make it through the bonuses? The next question.
And I mean, we cannot understand how impressive this AKV map already is, right? This is MIBR's pick. I feel like most people wrote off AKV after they lost to Waterloo that previous series. And this is an insane way to bounce back. And again, it's off of Dono. Like, the multi-kills, like, they are definitely making it look like the duelists of the initiators right now. Trying to catch back up to the rest of the team in the kill department. To match the assists now, mind you. And honestly, keeping it as clean as they did, I can see these weapons rivaling. I mean, you've even upgraded Ivy to a Phantom.
Oh, okay. Are they still going to push through? Yeah, sometimes it is power in numbers, and you have to follow your team. MIBR still had the read, though. Cutting down AKV as they try to enter into B, and a look on mid as Lisa gives up the next strat.
Kind of early paranoia there. Just trying to eat away at that timer. Just over a minute left. Not quite sure how I feel about these players playing divided, but if Tasty can open up the A site, might just connect. I mean, you're known for these impressive target switch plays. You knew the Omen was there. So getting a little bit silly. Getting, which was already a difficult situation, but Tudor with the pick-me-up may be able to isolate these fights, but Lisa's stable and the crowd erupts.
They said, all right, let's go. Gladiator mode. 1v1. How many can you kill? Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to. See, heading into that site. Oh, yep. A little bit of Valorant there. Just coming it right into a flash.
Enemy remaining.
Absolutely.
Hopping around. God, both teams honestly look like they're vibing here, because it is fun to play against a competitive team. Be pushed to your limits here, and MIBR, like you said, watching these teams play, had an idea of what they were going to put on the table once they hit these maps. And with it not working out, I'm sure they're scrambling a little bit here. Judge is going to come into play onto Dono with this null command still pinging out. How much can AKV use it? Risky.
Last thing you expect on a full buy round is a Judge, right? And on your initiator as well. This is a quick change up as well. MIBR trying to stop them at the door instead of playing the retake game. See AKV not only taking up the fight just yet, trying to push the positions they knew these players were, but now that they've seen that presence, that many players, they think better of it. Little rebound action for the time being, but just under a minute left. them walking away to deny the info here, I'm not quite sure how much time they'll have to actually make a move.
It's going to have to be straight up cat here, or they're going to have to run through mid.
And Zeri still has the judge! And 2 flashes! And the knife!
Oh, stays in
30
position.
seconds left.
Oh no.
Oh, Tasty takes 1, but a lot of damage as well along the way. And they know they're actually coming from A main here. Lockdown here for MIBR. They find the members of AKV and make it 9-7. It will not be an easy one there for AKV.
And never directly challenge an open anchoring from DICE. Like, they need to open a study on that, just how often they're able to convert or pop off into multi-kills. Like, Lisa caps off the round, doesn't let any heroics through for Tuda. There we go.
Nope.
And it did come off of, again, some really creative recon right there. That ping through from Heaven. And that's Judge from Sayori. Really just throwing a thorn into things, punishing how they don't get too much clearance out of AKV. They're more contact-based with this composition. And speaking of contact, money reset with 5 strong over towards B main. Effective 0 points in. Took down the Killjoy utility right here from Bastard. As a result, fight forward and reclaim the space MIBR also lined up on.
Besides B main, very reserved play here coming from MIBR. Just kind of pushed up on this archway right now, feeling comfortable with 2. And they're able to stop an entire team. A quick smoke for now. They buy a little bit more time. Now, AKV's hoping that this also dislodges MIBR from their favorite defensive positions wherever they might be. And they're going to find out that has not happened yet. Still patiently watching mid. It's SRN.
Number 1 eco round killer, the Outlaw. Combine that with SRN, it's just a multiplied factor at this point. And although they don't overheat, right? They know they're tucked away pizza, so you reposition. And they might even find proper timing here towards CT as well. The cage procs, so they know that they're going to be walking out lane. And the recon combined with not clearing out logs, it should be a done and dusted deal. Minus, I was going to say, Tuda had a nice look up mid, but the Ghost pre-fire reveals the position, and now they're just going to get flooded and run down, baited in the works to get MIBR up to 1 round away from the tie game.
Was that just a guaranteed orb? What is SRN on? Trying to get in there with the knife swing. But yeah,
I mean, you don't want to bring the Outlaw into a full shield round anyways.
That too, yeah. Oh, thought this could have been an ace round as well. That's you take down the Duelist, the entry, and yeah, the rest of the team will follow on that. So nice control. And around MIBR should be taking for themselves. As you mentioned, it was a low buy for AKV here. We'll get a quick tech pause coming through. Both teams hang out.
Yeah, tactical pause coming out from AKV. I think they did pretty well framing their timeouts. They smile on the coach's face. They're like, hey guys, you're doing great. Let's just not let it slip at the end.
Yep.
Which is kind of funny because that's like the complete opposite of how the Waterdot series went as well. It was Waterdot always leaning, and then they crept up, stole the lead from them, win a map. So now they're playing ahead, and we're seeing that confident look. It boils down even into the stage presence here. They don't care about the crowd vibes. That lane experience they have, Latin shining through. This is the first time out of the game as well. If you think about how close and contentious it's been, I think MIBR would have taken one if they didn't win that early thrifty in the first half that kept them on track, but it's going to be, we're going to grind out these last rounds before overtime, Rivington.
Operator for SRN. Operator Blade Storm. And that's going to be 550. Yeah, that's a spend. Everybody else, they're good for rounds and rounds to come. So maybe this will be the op round. Blade Storm next round if they can hold on to it. And that would be good money for MIBR here. So AKV really looking to cut through that. Get their economy back online. And take this control of the game back here. Now they have weapons. Let's see what they got.
2 players tiles not quite spotted. SRN with the operator. Again, you can't just contact into this. You have double initiator.
Yeah.
And now, that's your big fragging player isolated. They know you have a lurk player Cypher over towards B main off that camera, and they've tracked Tuda down to the ruse. towards your spawn, and you have 2 players eyeing that line. Okay. I do like this late pivot, though. They were aware it could happen, but they want to get the 0 point out and then double back. Okay, we're good. For now.
Well covered. They know what the exits and the entrances can be. Seen on the mini-map means Hunter's Fury is going to come out, takes Theory down. Is that spawn open? If Futura can move through this, no. Instantly found by Lissa. They clean that spot up, but it's going to be not dead yet. Trying to push through, trying to create more pressure. They are trying to find Mel, and it is taken out. They are destroyed in the boathouse as the rest of the team tries to come through. But wow, no patience here. No patience as MIBR floats into the side, Zobi.
Shorty out into the smoke, and just like that, it's SRN with a 4K. We said it. They cooled off during the break between series, but you can say, I mean, they're back down to the trash talk against the opposition. I mean, impressive play. I mean, I liked the Tura resurrection there. Not dead yet, that came through, but didn't draw eyes enough. And I praised how both of these teams in the first half were so thorough with their utility, with their coordination and clearance. And now it's just, again, AKV, like with how much they have in the util department, I feel like they're not fully capitalizing off of that and are getting punished for it.
Yeah, it's the kind of if we can get away with this, maybe using it here would be really beneficial. But like, you're not getting away with it. You got to use the utility early, just so that simple corner, and as a team push out to make everything else easier. It does seem like they're just trying to get away with things at some points, and it's costing AKV that momentum in the moment. A kill already comes out onto Ivy, so they're not going to have any protection behind. It's an easy push out if MIBR wants it, but why would they? The defense has been so strong.
Now SRN here to back up a start at half HP. You don't expect the operator right behind the Killjoy. 3 kills looking for back-to-back 4Ks at this rate. We're at least able to find a kill and the gun upgrade to follow suit. But Spike is in enemy territory. SRN's back on their own offline. And you really don't have another ruse to get into tree until 30 seconds. That would give you 15 to get back to the site. Reclearing space that would have been reclaimed. And you can see MIBR taking no risks. They want this lead back. They want double digits.
Oh wait, that's your peak. I go now, right? It's, you just hear an entire clip unloaded from an Odin. Yeah, every gun playing tricks, mind games, one shot. That's going to be the Odin through the wall, though. A nice one. And another round here for MIBR as they slowly take down AKV on that one by one, finding out where they were trying to get an advantage.
And I love that Waterda's in the crowd there, right? Feeling the Brazilian energy because they want MIBR to win this, right? The team that decimated them in the first series and now have to become their biggest advocates, because if they win, they get to rematch in a best-of-5 against them tomorrow. And honestly, AKV's made them look mortal this map, so that might even be reinstilling confidence for them to have a go at it. A closer series, maybe, to decide the next America's representative for GCC Seoul. But, I mean, SRN has evolved, right? They've reached their final form. Just pushing all the way through main, trying to refag Ivy, but, yeah, I mean, from the dimensional drift to the neural that you know the B site is vacated. The question is, how deep does AKV set the defensive lines? And the answer is very tasty. Pushes all the way into market.
Yeah, that's so much audio pickup too. It's like, hey, I hear how many going spawn? All of them right now. They have a double push on mid, so they know that's a confirmed all spawn. This should just be fish in a barrel here for the side of AKV.
Oh, Dono proving that for the time being. Ooh, isolated fights. I mean, Dono shut down by the counter initiator. Melissa, 3 kills in the round. Has a quiet map so far. This clutch would be everything to though other plans, and it is the bait and the switch from Tasty. Was in that mid-market position for a very long time. Return on investment. We're both at 10 apiece.
Man, these rounds are getting scrappy, and I am here for it. There's a lot of movement, and then you can see everybody realize how quick things have been moving, that turnaround to find out who's pushing mid, because wait, it's almost like everything's very chaotic, but also there's something that's a little too quiet in this moment. And it's really cool to see everybody reacting accordingly and making these fights so worthwhile in the moment as the util hits and they try to do their best to get the advantage. The replay just shows it. Like you said, the bait and switch, everything necessary to stop Melissa coming in after 3. They're like, wait, this is scary, you know? It's taking everything from these teams. Timeout now for MIBR, or a tech pause rather, I should say. 10 seconds left on this.
It's a technical pause.
Oh, it's a reg.
Yeah, I think what I was saying earlier was I was saying this might be the perfect time for a timeout, right? You have 2 banked because of that thrifty comeback turnaround in the first half to keep things close. And now you take 1 and then take 1 before it would be OT or bust on your map pick reminder. So looking good.
Oh. It says Tactica. I thought it said Technica
Tactica.
when I looked at it on the floor. I see now. The tacticians. All right, let's do this. 10-10.
You got ults.
Yeah.
This is a big
ready
round.
to go.
Okay. You can see a little bit more default look out of AKV. Just trying to wait for any pop aggressive play. I mean, we've seen SRN literally run it down A main before, so I wouldn't count anything out at this point. I do like the least off angle. Again, we'll be testing AKV and how thorough they are on these execs, but in the meantime, Donna faking the A split pressure. At this point, like, if you're MIBR, you really don't know which way they're leaning. That 0 point may have just shed some light on it. A cross map lineup, I think I just saw land actually.
Yeah.
Was it right? That came from a back out boat and then landed in the A main.
Halting. That's a tell on one player, so they gotta actually know where the play is moving. Oh, SRN very ready for that to be moving through. Just orbing out. Why not hold the angle? You're gonna be able to see that. Again, it just seems like AKV is missing a few things to make these strats go the way that they want, but Ivy's going to make sure the Vandal is one way they can also get this in their favor.
30 seconds left.
Okay. Start aggressive lockdown here, forcing the hand of these players on AKV's side. They're ready to receive them with open arms, deadly ones at that. Ivy has to go at it. Fortunately, they're not able to convert the clutch, and MIBR, not caught off by surprise by the quick scale up after they got in position. Tell they're happy with that round. They're like, yep, all right, MIBR's back on track. Especially because they used the one ult that was banked on AKV's side. They're kind of reading the minds of AKV and Ivy as well. I'm glad to see her live in that late stage of the round because she's usually been first blooded by SRN. So we got to see the action there. Maybe that's also a win con to look forward to as you try to eke out these last few rounds for a 13-11 or an overtime attempt.
A lot of B favor, a B market over and over. This is a very default round coming in here now by AKV to feel it out. They are right next to each other on A main. They are other side of the wall, or smoke, I should say, from each other moment. And yeah, they're gonna just back up at the right time. Never mind. Caster Curse, Bassard coming out with that. Another judge, as you wouldn't expect that to be right in your face here towards the end of this first map. They're still gonna go towards that judge a bit and see if they can tempt it. It looks like it might be an overall mid play though.
Okay. Ooh. Kill found.
But Tasty kind of ran for a moment there, like, I'm gonna take the space. Looking for some util, maybe to take the alarm bot with them, but that's all on A, unfortunately.
Oh, the
Is
hesitation.
SRN another shot online? Oh my, there's so many. It just looks like AKV's peeking and they're getting shot from every angle. Like, Ivy's like, no, actually, wait, I don't like the situation. Still taken down, trying to hide an M1, and now
left.
it is just a pickup here for Lied. Yeah, all eyes on Lied.
Yeah, they just looked like they hesitated, getting a bit anxious.
It's a good word for it, is anxious there,
Yeah.
kind of making the plays.
Don't want to make mistakes.
But you want to help the person that might have just died in front of you, but you're a little late because it happened so quick kind of thing. When everything should just be happening together. We saw it on the defensive retakes, right? They were flowing into the site on the side of AKV. They were completely together here. But now in kind of an unknown of they're not in the site, they could be anywhere in front of us. It seems to be picking apart that confidence they had earlier.
And this is so interesting because MIBR, right, on their attack half, it was just EXX like clockwork and trying to improve that post plant. Here, it feels like AKV has been just like doing everything under the sun, right? They're really favoring default into side XX, and now they're finally going to the MIBR method, we can call it, just trying to overwhelm this B-side operator, forced to dash away. The cage again to gain this space, and Hunter Fury as well to flush out these anchors.
Melissa threading around the Hunter's Fury back and forth. The Sheriff for Sayuri to put the nail in the coffin, possibly on this last one. Help to, I should say. And sees another tour there going down shortly. And now it is just going to be up to Tasty. The final shots coming in. Tasty on one, but it's going to be Lissa, and that's going to be 13 for MIBR to start off this series on Ascent.
Wow, and boy, oh boy. You can see them hyping up the crowd, which was already hyped, doesn't even need it. And they're like, you guys, how'd you throw that? Like, they're confused, right, on the MIBR side.
Yeah.
Insane turnaround there. And I said that, you know, maybe they were just warming back up. They took a break, but all in all, yeah, it's like AKV was playing so clean, so stable, and then that foundation started to crumble and the confidence alongside it.